State House correspondent Femi Akonde joins me live on the first 100-day show, live from the presidential villa. Femi, let's begin with the appointment of 8 essays with probably 12 more to go. Let's talk about their role, which is to assist the president in the performance of his function. But talk to us about how much influence these essays have when it comes to decision-making.
Well, we can say that this is the president's first 11. We know that there are 8 essays appointed now, but these positions or these appointments given are critical in helping the president run his administration. We saw that we have seen that of Mr. Dele Alake as strategy, communications and special duties. We also saw the president appoint somebody in charge of energy. That sector is also very critical. A special advisor on security. That is one of the president's priority areas. He appointed a special advisor on monetary policies. That is Mr. Wale Edu. We saw the president's inaugural speech. You will know that the president has been really concerned about unifying the exchange, having a uniform exchange rate in the country. And we know that that directive has been given to the central bank and it is already being implemented. We've also seen a special advisor on trade and investment. All of these first appointments, they are an indication of how President Bola Tinubu's administration intends to drive the vehicle of the country, the direction they will take. The economy is also very much represented. Most of those who have been appointed will play a key role in revamping the economy and putting it on the track of national growth and development. Well, a lot of these appointments were highly anticipated. People were left guessing who will get what and when. But now we have seen the first 8. Remember, the National Assembly approved 20 special advisors for President Bola Tinubu. 12 more to go. We have seen the first 8. Who will make the remaining list of 12? Well, we do not know. Only the president has that up his sleeves. Nifemi.
Those who will make the coming list, we find out that a couple of them are quite young, under the age of 50. For instance, the advisor for energy, she has nearly 20 years experience in the gas and renewable sectors, but she actually looks very young. We look at Zacchaeus Adedeji, who is 45 years. There is John Uwanju Mogul, who is 46, and Olu Vengen, who is 46. Is that an expectation of what to come as regards engaging younger people in the business of governance, Femi?
Yes, that's very correct, Femi, because President Bola Tinubu has said that, once his administration hits the ground running, he's going to greatly involve youth in running the government. Youth will have a critical role to play. We are already beginning to see a manifestation of that, looking at the appointment of the special advisor on energy. She's young, but yes, she has a vast experience in that sector. Everyone is waiting to see how she will bring all of that to bear in this critical sector that also affects other sectors of the economy. We look at other appointments, so we have a couple of young people too. We are expecting to see more young people come on board when the president unveils the remaining members of his team before the appointment of ministers. Even we are expected to also see young people make President Bola Tinubu's ministerial list. We are expected to hear an announcement of young people heading government agencies, parastatals, departments, and all of that. So for the youths, it's beginning to seem as if they are going to have a huge role to play in President Bola Tinubu's administration. Nifemi.
Hopefully that appeals to the younger population of Nigerians who did not support the emergence of Bola Tinubu as president. Indeed. And we're also looking forward to how much energy this youthful inclusion will bring to governance. But the president yet again today highlighted the need for collaboration and for governors not to give excuses while he inaugurated the National Economic Council. What were the takeaways for you, particularly the president's address?
Well, the president told the state governors that failure is not acceptable. He will not accept complaints, that they should all get to work. They should strengthen collaboration. They should ensure that the dividends of democracy, the impact of governance is felt by people at the grassroots. By that, he's saying that the state governors, the subnationals, should work closely with the people at the local government, because he believes that this would also help foster economic growth and development and ensure that it trickles down to the people at the grassroots, the poorest of the poor, because the local government, as the third tier of government, is the closest to the people. He said his administration will be strong on security, creating jobs, infrastructure, agriculture. He said this in his inaugural speech, and he's glad that now that the National Economic Council has been inaugurated, it will be used as that vehicle towards achieving this economic agenda of his administration. The meeting of the National Economic Council, chaired by Vice President Kashim Shettima, just ended about 50 minutes ago. They are also currently briefing State House correspondents on the decisions and resolutions reached. What we are hearing is that they are beginning to work out ways on how palliative measures will be rolled out to help cushion the effect of the removal of petrol subsidy in the country. Also, a committee was set up to look at the impact of flooding in the country. You recall 2 years ago, there was this massive flooding that swept across several states in the country that led to the destruction of property and even the loss of lives. A committee was set up to put together to give an assessment of how much was lost. So the federal government now is beginning to work out ways of ensuring that those who lost property, businesses and all of that are compensated, and also mitigate the impact of that flooding. And they are again saying that there's still a warning that Nigeria, some parts in Nigeria, flood-prone areas in Nigeria, will again see floodings this year. So the federal government is already working on that to ensure that, the impact is reduced to the barest minimum, to ensure that this time the losses that may be incurred as a result of the floods are drastically reduced. All of these meetings, all of these resolutions from the National Economic Council, we expect to see the plans being rolled out in the coming days as the National Economic Council sets to work to ensure that the promises of President Bola Tinubu's administration are being fulfilled to Nigerians. Nifemi.
Femi Akode live for us at the Presidential Villa. We'll be back with you when you have more updates for us, Femi.